and il plural. We do not add any in nu and vous. Do you understand this point? Okay. Now with commencer. In the present tense, I told you if it is a CER ending verb, you would put si sidel. Okay. But when I do the same conjugation, when I do this conjugation in imparfait, we have so you can see with these pronunciations, je commence, tu commences, elle commence, nous commencions. Now, where do you put C sidel? You only put C sidel before A, O, U. So before C in new form, it is already C is followed by a I, so you do not require C sidel and just put nous commencions, and same for vous commenciez. But in je, tu, il est long and il est pluriel, you require to put a C sidel, because if it does not have a C sidel, it would be like je commence, tu commences, il est long commence, nous il est commence. So the pronunciation becomes a bit difficult, and the k is a more, c is a more harder, like it's not soft like s, it's hard like k. So for that reason, instead of adding a c sidel in nous and vous form, they here in imparfait have put a c sidel in the je, tu, il est plural. So even though this imparfait is conjugated by taking the root from the present tense of new form and removing ons and just taking the stem and adding the different imparfait ending. Still, there are some variation in the conjugation. Like for ger, cer, there is some variation. For rest, it remains the same. I told you ale. The conjugation of ale in new form is allons. Okay, you remove a ons and it becomes j'allais. Tu allais, il, elle, on allait. Then we have nous allions, allions, vous alliez, and il, elle, allait. Okay, il, elle, allait. So here I have taken the new form of allait and just added the imparfait ending. I did not do any change. I did not like remove one L or anything else. I simply just removed ONS. Okay. Now, there is only one irregular verb, and I'll tell you the trick to learn the irregular verb. The irregular verb in imparfait is être, because if you might have seen, the new form of être in present is nous sommes. But I'll tell you how it is irregular, because it takes the conjugation something like this: j'étais, j'étais, tu étais, il, elle, on était. Ils ont été. Then we have nous étions. Vous étiez. We have ils, elles, étaient. Okay, so you can see how in the nous form in present tense we say nous sommes, but the imperfect shows j'étais, tu étais, ils ont été, nous étions, vous étiez, elles étaient. So because of this, être is the only and only irregular verb in imperfect. Now, how will you remember this irregular verb? always remember that the past participle that used in passé composé of être is était. So just similarly, simply just remove e and you get the stem for imparfait. Now to this, just add et, ais, etais, etait, and all those. How did I get the conjugation for être in imparfait? I took the past participle of être, that is the verb that you use. For example, you say I was, so you say j'ai été. The été in passé composé, that is the equivalent of was. Here you just remove the last e accent tu and now you have the root for imparfait. So even though être is an irregular verb, you can either remember the conjugation, memorize the conjugation, or you can just keep in mind this simple rule. Okay, so this is all there is to the conjugation of imparfait. Okay, we don't have that many irregular verb. I would say the only regular case is être, this commencer, cer ending, and ger ending. Rest of the verb follow the same simple pattern, that you take the nous form. Write it here. First, take the nous form of any verb in present tense. Secondly, remove ons, and thirdly, add the endings, add the imparfait endings. Okay, so this is how you conjugate imparfait. So because it does not have that many irregular verb, you will not have much difficulty in understanding the conjugation of imparfait. Okay, I hope till here it's clear to you, the conjugation, the regular ones. Okay, now where is imparfait used? So imparfait is used to talk about past, mostly action and situation without specific time frame. Okay, when I say I was watching a film, I was watching the film, je regardais le film. Here there is no time mentioned when I started watching film, when the film ended, but it was still a continuous action that happened in the past. Okay, we don't have a time frame when it started, when it end, but still it's a continuous action that happened in the past. Okay, so there are also different things that we use imparfait for. First, I told you about an ongoing. It's adding to the same thing. First is an ongoing action in the past. It is very important that you remember that imparfait is an ongoing action in the past, because passé composé is a completed. I keep on repeating the difference between passé composé and imparfait because it's important. Later, when you learn plus que parfait also, you will see that you sometimes use plus que parfait, imparfait, and maybe imparfait and passé composé together, or plus que parfait or imparfait together, or maybe imparfait plus que parfait, passé composé together. So it's important that you understand what is what. Okay, how there is a difference between imparfait and how there is a between difference between passé composé. So ongoing action is a very important key point in understanding imparfait. I'll highlight this word. You can find imparfait in the book also. Okay, the one that I shared with you. There you can find the imparfait. If you want to just go through, if you don't understand something and you just want to make your own note, then you can go through that book. It explains imparfait in a simple context. Okay, so an ongoing action in the past, I give you an example. Je lisais quand il est entré. I was reading when he entered. I will translate this sentence for you. I was reading when he entered. Okay, I was reading when he entered. So there was an ongoing action, that was I was reading. So I was in the process. I was like reading when he entered. When he like disrupted, or like you could say disrupted or stopped the previous action. Now it complete, it's like an ongoing action in the past, but we do not know when's the beginning and when's the end. Okay, but we know that it was disrupted by a different completed action. Okay, you might have heard sentences like these in English, like I was going to the station when the taxi arrived. Okay, or I was going to find a taxi when a person, or maybe something, when I received a call, something like this. I was reading a book when I heard the phone ring. Okay, so there is an ongoing action in the past, that I was reading when the phone rang, a completed action of the past. Now, both imparfait and passé composé deal with your past tense. Just the difference between imparfait and passé composé is imparfait is talking about an ongoing action in the past, whereas passé composé talks about a completed action in the past. So these two terms are very important, understanding the concept of